This video explains how to set up and navigate the system. At the top of the screen you will see a selection of icons. On some icons, placing your mouse over it will display a link to additional sections. For example here, placing your mouse over the system icon displays a selection of links, global settings, general notes, system color schemes and website login form. Within some sections you click on the icon directly on the header bar. For example here, children. Beneath the icons at the top of the screen you will see a number of smaller icons. Here we can see a search icon. Clicking on this displays a search box. Enter the first couple of letters from a section on the system you are looking for example A and D. You will now see sections on the system beginning with A and D. Those are Administrators, My Profile, Administrators, and Access Times. The next icon shows the live feed. Clicking on this will display a live feed of all actions that have taken place on the system. Within the live feed, you can filter these by actions that have been added, edited, deleted, commented or emotions, and you can select the section. Therefore, if you were trying to see which administrators had been edited, you would select Edited and then Administrators and then filter your results. You can now see each time an administrator was edited on the system, along with the date. Here we can see a number of administrators were edited today. Scrolling down you will see additional administrators that were edited. As well as the main live feed, within sections on the system, for example administrators, you will see a smaller live feed that is just relevant to that section on the system. Clicking on Load More will load more information from the live feed for that section. Whichever section you are in on the system, you will see a breadcrumb link, shown here, Home, Administrators. If we go to the Access Times section, you will see, Home, Administrators, Access Times. Here you can clearly see where you are on the system at all times. On every page on the system you will see a help tour. The help tour will flash if you have never watched that specific help tour for the system. Clicking on the help tour link will pop up a help tour explaining exactly how this section on the system works. Once you have read the first section, click on Next to be taken down through the page and explained how the system works. Once you are at the end of the tour, click on End Tour. The help tour will no longer flash, indicating that you have watched that help tour. At the top of some sections you will see a help section relative to that section you are on. Click on the arrow for some brief help related to that section on the system. The next icon is the sticky notes icon. You can add a sticky note to anywhere on the system. Click on this icon and a pop-up will appear. You can now add a quick note or sticky note to that section on the system. Once you have added the sticky note, you can select the color that you would like the sticky note to be. Now you can decide who the sticky note is visible to. Just you, or all administrators, and who can delete it. Just you, or all administrators. We're going to select all administrators, and click on Save. Our sticky note now appears within that section, and remains here until deleted. The next icon is the dark mode icon. Clicking on this will reverse the screen and activate the dark mode. To revert back to the standard color scheme, just click on the dark mode icon again. And the next icon is the logout button. We're going to click on this to log out from the system. You now arrive back at the login page. As you can see here, we have the quad logo at the top of the login page. This can be changed, and I will now demonstrate how you change this logo. We're going to log back in. If we now go to System, Global Settings, you will see here at the top of the page that we have Site Logo Upload. You can change the logo that appears on your login screen. Just select the image that you would like to appear on the screen when you log in, and this logo will now appear every time you or a parent logs into the system. In addition, you can use the same site logo to appear on every document you print on the system. Just select Yes here, and your logo will appear on all print pages on the system. If we now go to System, Color Schemes, you can modify the color scheme on your system. This is done by clicking on Click to activate. Instantly, the system will change to the color scheme that you have selected. To revert back to the default color scheme, click to activate on the blue default color scheme. You can edit any of these color schemes and make your own color scheme to suit your setting. Just click on the edit icon on any color scheme, or alternatively, copy a color scheme. Now, you can modify the colors shown here to modify the color scheme of your system. Once you are happy, select the name for your color scheme and click on Save. When you first receive your quad system, you will be the only administrator currently on the system. You will be highlighted in green, indicating that you are the master administrator. To add an additional administrator, click on the Add Administrator button at the top of the page, and you can now add unlimited administrators to your system. When you scroll to the bottom of the page in this section, you can now decide which sections of the system your administrator can have access to. Once you have entered all the details, click on the Save button to save the administrator to the system. Now we will go to Manage Rooms. When you received your system, you would have had one room on the system named Default. You can edit a room on the system by clicking on the edit icon. After clicking on the edit icon for a room, you will be taken to a new page to edit the room. You can now modify the age range, the ratio, and the capacity of the room. You can also upload a photograph for the room. Click Save to save your changes. Once you have added your administrators and your rooms, you can now go ahead and add children. To add a child, click on the children icon at the top of the page, and on the new page that loads, click on Add a Child to add a new child to the system. On the new page that loads, complete as many fields as possible and assign them to one of the rooms on the system. On this system, we have a giraffe's room and a monkey's room. Scroll to the bottom of the page to upload a photograph of the child, then click on the Save button to save the child to the system. The child you added will display within the room they were assigned to. Across the entire system, your children will always display within the rooms they've been assigned to. If you have a large number of children on your system, you can use the filter option shown here. To search for a child named Harry, simply enter the first few letters of the child's name. Here we enter H and A, and we can see we have Harry Jarvis and Harry Johnson. Clearing the filter down will revert to showing all the children on the system. In addition, to the right-hand side we have a Sort By option, where we can filter by first name, last name, or by age. If you would always like the children to display in this section in your filter order, click on the green tick to save your filter settings. Now, whenever you reload the page, the children will always appear in the sort order you selected. Once you have added your children, you can now set up parental access. To do this, click on the Parents icon at the top of the page. Here we can see the children within the rooms that they've been assigned to. Here we can see for Harry we have an Edit icon, a View icon, and a Print icon. We're now going to click on the Edit icon for Harry. Here we can see Harry Jarvis's parental access. We have Parent 1 and Parent 2. The username is the username that the parent logs in with. Therefore, you can change any of the details that are currently entered for the parents. Ensure you change the email address to the parent's correct email address, and enter a password for the parent. In this section, we can see that we can send Harry's parents an email containing their login details. Just tick these boxes, and when you save the page, an email will be sent to the parents containing their username and password. You can enable and disable Harry's parents' access to the system. Here, we can see with a tick it means they can access the system. If we untick, they would no longer be able to access the system. So we're going to untick Parent 2, and I will show you what happens on the next screen. Now, we decide which sections of the system the parent can have access to. You can select all by clicking on the link at the top, or you can select individual sections that the parent may or may not have access to. If Harry has siblings on the system, you can link the siblings with Harry. Here we can see Jamie is linked with Harry, therefore, when the parent logs in with Harry's login details, they will also see Jamie on the system. We'll go ahead and save the page. You will now see that Harry has an orange no entry sign overlaying their profile image. This icon indicates that only one parent has access to log into the system. If we now edit Harry and change it, and deny access to both parents and save, you will now see that the icon is red, meaning that neither parent has access to the system. On the other children, they do not have an icon overlaying their image, indicating that both parents have access to the system.